oh boy, does that look fun. Because what you're looking at is the dreaded expander, and a lot of people probably have rememberings of this. In fact, I'm looking at the comments. One says, the trauma of my life. And the other one said, I remember the pain. My mom would turn mine at night so I could sleep through the pain. Wow. That's crazy. But I'm here to tell you that it's not as deep as you think. So what these are expanders, and what we need to figure out there is why they're even needed. You see, your brain and skull and everything is made into halves and will actually converge as you're getting made as a baby. In fact, the failure of this, that's why you see things like cleft lip, cleft palate, because it didn't quite fuse together in the middle. And the reason why this is important is the two bones inside the roof of your mouth don't fuse until you're about 11, 12, 13. And so if we put something like an expander in there and you're very narrow, we can actually physically move those bones apart from each other using something like an expander. And what you're seeing there is somebody turning the key, which will turn it 1/4 millimeter every single turn. And every time you turn it, it gets a little wider, a little wider, a little wider, a little wider. And we can physically do a jaw surgery on you without doing a jaw surgery. Now, don't worry too much. It's not really painful or anything like that. It's actually more pressure that you'll feel than pain. And one interesting thing to note is that if it's really working well, you're gonna form a giant gap here between your two front teeth because the two sides of your jaw are literally moving apart from each other. But not only that, your mid face goes along with it too, so your nose actually gets wider and your airway can get wider too. So even though this looks really gnarly and a lot of you have some trauma from your past life experiences of it, it's not as bad as it is, and it's definitely way easier than getting a jaw surgery. Still, a pretty crazy thing. Hope that helps.